I want to teach you how to create titles and thumbnails that get millions of views. Ready?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
So throughout my career, I have made 5,000 thumbnails or 5,000 videos that have gotten 17.1 billion views, and that number is climbing every day. So our biggest channel gains 500 million views every 90 days.
Wow.
That's pretty insane.
That is wild.
So here is a screenshot for reference, just so you know I'm not BSing. 522 million views in the last 90 days, 585,000 subscribers gained. So that is more views than the Apollo moon landing, the Super Bowl, and Will Smith slapping Chris Rock combined all in the last 90 days.
Wow.
Which is pretty insane. Now, I tell you this not to impress you and to flex, but instead to inspire you, because my old videos used to look like this 10 years ago.
Gross.
Yes. Here is some others from 3 years later. So this was 7 years ago. Terrible.
Yeah.
Look at these.
Pretty bad.
So you don't like them?
Not at all.
Why not?
They're just ugly.
That's really rude. Because I kid you not, these were my hardest work, my greatest creation. These were the best that I could do. So how do you go from these to these in 2019, getting better, and then to these in 2023, even better? I mean, these are pieces of art.
These are fire.
Yes. Before I share with you how to create incredible titles and thumbnails, I want to share with you some statistics, all right? These are super important. There is 2 million YouTube channels with 10,000 subscribers. It's a lot of channels. Now, there is 32,000 YouTube channels with 1 million subscribers, which means to go from 10,000 subscribers to 1 million subscribers, you have a 1.6% chance.
Wow.
Very slim. Check this out. There is 1,000 YouTube channels that have over 10 million subscribers, which means to go from 10,000 subscribers to 10 million subscribers, you have a 0.05% chance. Very slim. Now, I just want to validate myself here, because you must be willing to accomplish what the 0.05% do to achieve this. And I can teach you that because I have done it twice with these 2 channels, and I'm about to do it with 2 other channels. I want to be very clear. I am making this for creators that want to make a difference in the world, stand out amongst the crowd, want to build an empire of 10 million plus subscribers, and more importantly than all of these things, save you years of your time. What is the biggest problem that every creator has? It's that they spend 18 hours on something, they think it's their best work, and you're so incredibly proud of yourself, only to realize it sucks. But you don't even realize it sucks until months later, because as you keep creating content, you see your flaws as you go. That's why those thumbnails that I showed you that I thought were my greatest creation at the time were actually terrible. But I didn't know that. So I'm trying to help you.
Please, I need it.
All right, cool. Give me your hand. You're going to come along this journey. I'm for real though. All right, let's get into the stuff. For 4 years, I struggled to grow on YouTube. I was seeing what the successful creators did, and I was modeling my videos like theirs, only to realize that will never make me stand out. And a creator has to be good at many things, right? You have to think of great video ideas that go viral. You have to understand your audience and deliver value to them. You have to tell a story to keep your viewer interested and have high retention. You have to make hundreds of videos and learn from every single one. And this is a little bit overwhelming, right? Mm-hmm. The only way to learn all of these things right here is to do more. The more you do, the more you learn. It's like throwing a basketball. You can't just watch a video and get good at basketball. You just got to throw more shots and you're going to get more accurate. But I will tell you that learning how to package your videos in a very interesting way to your audience is a skill you can learn today, right now, from watching this video. Understand this. A thumbnail and a title is just a way to communicate. I want to teach you today the tactics of how to package your videos like the top 0.05% of creators. Okay? So we're going to go through all the tactics, and then I want to show you something really interesting at the end. The first one is curiosity. So what makes people click on things? Ultimately, they're curious. This thumbnail is a perfect example. That is making me curious. A massive storm is coming after Thanksgiving.
What's the storm?
What's the storm? What's going on? Am I going to be okay? I'm curious. So I click on this video. So humans ultimately are hardwired to value things that might be rare or limited because thousands of years ago we leaned on it for survival. This is why things like Black Friday, discount, 20% off work so well in our society, right? It makes people curious because it's very scarce, right? I'm curious. Hey, why is there 200 people standing outside the Apple store? I'm curious, right? Is it the new phone? What's going on? Let's look at this thumbnail. How this Instagram story kills your phone. I'm very curious. I use Instagram every day. Could my phone be in trouble? Like, what's going on? I'm going to click on this video because I'm curious. I want to act fast. I want to see what happens. I also want to say that there's a fine line between being curious and being confused because this thumbnail made our audience very confused. Everything is fighting for priority. We have a golden steak, $1,000, a Lego house, a red carpet, a butler, myself, 5 stars. There's just too much.
It's chaotic.
It is very chaotic, right? So there's a fine line between being curious and being confused with a thumbnail like this. This made our audience confused, and the video did not do too well for us. That's what brings me to my next point, is to make your thumbnails simple. You have to understand that viewers know nothing about your video and you have 1 second to capture their attention. So that means that the most simple thumbnails will be the most effective. Now, they're easy to understand with only 2 to 3 elements. That's what I like to use, 2 to 3 elements on every thumbnail. Anything more than that, your audience might be confused. Here's one. This is a video that did super well for us, 76 million views. You have me, and then you have scissors, and you have a tree. That's 3 elements. That's it. Here's another one. You have me, chainsaw, cardboard hole. That's it. 3 elements. Me, Lego house, moving boxes. That's it. 3 elements. Now, I want to show you 10 videos from completely different categories, and every single one of these videos have more than 50 million views. I want you to point out like what you think about these.
So each of these, you read the title, you look at the thumbnail, and they correlate perfectly.
But they're also very, very simple. They're so simple. Every single one of these thumbnails only has 1, 2, or 3 elements at max. They're not confusing. I can look at this thumbnail and in 1 second, I know exactly what the video is about. Within 1 second. Every single one of these videos have over 50 million views. The lowest video on this list is actually our video at 59 million views, with the highest one being at 1.9 billion views.
Insane.
Absolutely insane. But notice how simple they are. Simple is effective if used in the right way. So this is a bad thumbnail from us. I want you to look at this thumbnail and I want you to explain to me why you think it's bad.
Well, here you're trying to display sound in a photo, which just does not work at all. And we're also using heavy Photoshop on a Cybertruck, a car that's not even released yet. So it just looks fake all around.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, this thumbnail is not simple. There's a lot of different elements. So the 2 things that I notice is, yes, you're right. We are trying to represent sound, which is not easy to do in a picture. We are also trying to represent movement on the other side of the photo, which is not easy to do. And there's way more than 3 elements in this photo, right? There's a lot of things going on. Same thing with that Lego restaurant video that we just looked at. A lot of elements. There's like 6 different elements in that thumbnail. So this thumbnail is a decent thumbnail. It did all right for us, but it didn't do great. I want you to, like, why do you think this thumbnail is decent?
It's crazy because I thought this thumbnail was fantastic, but maybe it's just not simple enough.
That is just about right, because it could have been more simple. We could have just used 1 steak instead of 7 steaks taped all around me. So you want to make it simple without taking the remarkable elements away from the thumbnail. I think that's super important. So this could have been more simple. If your thumbnail could be more simple, but still tell the same importance and the same remarkable elements, then do it. And that's what we should have done. So the next one is realistic. Now, all of these are super important. I want to remind you guys. And at the end, we're going to show you something about how all of these tie together to make the best thumbnail combination possible. But realistic is the next one. I say the more realistic, the more believable, the more clickable. So here's my videos from 8 years ago. There's a lot of stuff going on, right? there's a lot of stuff going on, and I want to show you something. So these are confusing. They're not simple, and I'm not curious. Let's zoom in a little more. I mean, look at these. We have so many things going on here. Like I don't even know. So much. Now, 2 years later, these were my thumbnails. They were less confusing, more simple, a little more curious. Zoom in here a little bit. But I want you to notice how realistic they got. These were actually screenshots that I took in the game, whereas these other thumbnails are heavily photoshopped. I made every single one of these. So going from these to these, you can see how much more realistic the thumbnails got. My thumbnails got more realistic. They were screenshots taken in the game. Here's another one. This is from one of our videos. This seems very realistic. It could be real. So people are like, oh, I gotta click this. This idea is crazy. It's so realistic, right? This is why this video did so well for us. That is actually a real picture. I remember you took that photo.
I did take that thumbnail.
Yeah. So that is a real picture. There's literally no photoshopping. That is a real photo. And then this one looks a little fake.
I did not take this one.
It looks a little fake though. It doesn't look realistic. And this video did not do well for us. I actually want to show you the CTR. This is the first 24 hours of both of these videos. So on the more realistic version, you have a 9.7% CTR. And on the less realistic one, you have a 6.9% CTR. Now, obviously, there's a lot of factors that play into CTR. It's the idea, it's the title. There's a lot of different things. But ultimately, I mean, that one did so, almost a 3% increase in CTR. That is a huge increase. So this is just explaining that realistic works, right? Because this thumbnail does not seem real, right? You know those characters are not real. They look kind of animated. They just don't feel realistic. People aren't going to click on it. They know it's fake. Next video. Next one I want to talk about is being authentic. Now, I will say there is a difference between realistic and authentic. Realistic means making your thumbnails believable to your audience, while authentic means not clickbaiting your videos. These are equally just as important. Now, like I said, a thumbnail and a title is just a way to communicate to your audience. And in order to build an audience, you need trust, which is why you must be authentic with your titles and your thumbnails. And I always say if your thumbnail isn't authentic, it's ultimately pathetic because in the long run, it's just going to hurt your channel. And I learned this the hard way. I used to clickbait my audience into my videos because I was desperate for views and I wanted growth, only to realize that all this momentum I was building, I wasn't gaining any traction because my audience didn't trust me. It was so bad that I had to put the word not clickbait in my videos so I could get people to click again. That's what I had to do.
Were they not clickbait?
These ones were legit. That one I did actually sell my house. I moved out. Let me ask you this. Have you seen this movie?
I have.
The new Avatar movie.
Yeah.
What did you think about it? Did you like it?
Honest opinions? Pretty mid.
Pretty mid, but yeah. Did you talk about it?
Yeah.
We talked about it, Imagine this. Imagine you go to see this movie and it's nothing you expected. The characters aren't blue. There's not a Pandora planet. There's no battling. The story is hard to follow. The CGI is terrible. Would you still love it? Would you talk about it in a good way? When Avatar 3 came out, would you go see that one knowing this one? This is why you want to build trust with your audience, right? The best thumbnails and titles build trust. When someone clicks on the video, they get what they are delivered. So this is one of our videos. I say and show I am hunting a tornado. Right when you click on this video, that is exactly what we are doing. We hunted a tornado. No BS. You get exactly what you see. Next one I want to talk about is being different. This one, very important. Very, very important. All of these are equally important, but this is one that's a little more difficult. But if you can master it, this is where you see growth, because your thumbnail could be authentic, it could be simple, it could be realistic, it could spark curiosity. But if it looks like every other thumbnail on YouTube, you still lose because you blend in. Here is 6 different creators. This is when I used to make Minecraft videos. And I want you to try to spot which video you think is mine.
Dude, they all look the same.
They all look the same.
Probably that top right one.
This one right here?
Yeah.
So it's actually this one.
Dude, I couldn't tell.
You couldn't tell because they
Couldn't tell.
all look the same. So I started questioning myself. How could I stand out in Minecraft? Every single Minecraft YouTuber was making the exact same thumbnail in the exact same way. And then I thought to myself, wait, what if I actually put nothing in the thumbnail? Because every single creator was showcasing their beautiful Minecraft house that they made. So then I made this. And this became one of my most viral videos, 30 million views, because every Minecraft creator was showing off their detailed builds, and I showed off nothing. It stood out.
Yeah.
It stood out from the crowd. Now, when you look at all these thumbnails together, that one sticks out like a sore thumb.
My eye just like went right towards it.
Yes. And to be different, it all is going to start with your idea, not just the thumbnail and title, because titles and thumbnails ultimately don't actually make great videos. Your idea does, which gets me to my next point, the idea. So here's a little pro tip. If you are confused what your title and thumbnail should be after you film the video, you already lost, because your title and thumbnail is the idea of the video. So I used to say, I got a good video idea, but I'll think of a thumbnail and title later. Like, it will come to me, right? And if you think like this, I learned that you actually don't have a good video idea to begin with. You just don't. So I used to make a video and then spend 1 hour figuring out what the best title and thumbnail would be. And this is what they came out to. What do you think of these?
I have no interest in watching any of those.
Yeah, me neither.
It's tough, man.
It's trash, right? I should have thought of the idea first. Okay. Now, thinking of your title and thumbnail last is like making a movie trailer for your film. And then after you make the trailer, then you're going to figure out what the movie should be about.
Yeah, I mean,
Makes absolutely no sense. Okay. Your title and your thumbnail is the idea of your video. Okay. So I changed my mindset to I will not film or even plan a video until I identify a good and unique way to package this video with a title and a thumbnail. And a couple of months later after this, my views literally tripled. I kid you not. It completely changed the trajectory of my channel. The best videos have a combination of everything we talked about. So this video right here, the strongest man versus the strongest fish. I'm curious, what is the strongest fish? Can he actually catch it? What does the strongest fish look like? Because I see the strongest man, but I don't see the strongest fish. So I'm curious. Another thing is it's simple. I can understand this in less than a second. I know exactly what the video is about. And it's also realistic. I believe it. This is actually a screenshot from the video. It's also authentic because the second I click on this video, I get exactly what I see. It's also different because I've never seen a strong man catch a fish. It's very unique. And the idea is ultimately unique. The concept, the packaging, all of it. So you have curious, simple, realistic, authentic, different, and it's a great idea. All of the best videos on YouTube have all of these things with their idea, their title, and their thumbnail, right? So these are the things that I focus on when making all of my videos. These are the things that I focused on when I make videos that get 50, 60, 70 million views. Let's go over this one. Let's look at this one.
Who is this kid?
That's me. That's one of my old videos. It's 5 years ago.
Oh,
All right. So, well, first off, I'm not curious, right? What am I even looking at?
that's what I asked myself.
It's not simple. I'm very confused. I don't even know what is this? Now, it might be realistic and it might be authentic, right? It is realistic. It is authentic because that's exactly what you see. And it's a very, that's exactly what I did. But I don't care because none of the other things are in there, right? So you have to have all of these elements, right? It's not different. There's nothing different about this. I'm just holding a camera. And the idea ultimately is terrible, right? So the best videos, like I said, have to have all of these elements. If they're missing some of these elements, then ultimately they might end up like this. So here's another one. This is one of our best performing videos in the past 12 months, 53 million views in a year. I'm very curious. Did he really do this? Did he really turn his house into a trampoline park? I gotta see this. I'm curious. It's simple. You can understand this in less than a second. It looks pretty real. There's actually a real screenshot from the video. And within the first second of you clicking on this video, you see the exact thumbnail, the same framing and everything. It's also authentic, right? That's the authentic part, right? When you click, you get what you see. It's different because I've never seen anyone do this. And the idea is ultimately very unique. That's it.
I'm gonna go take some thumbnails.
So that is pretty much all I have. So thank you guys so much. Hopefully you have enjoyed this. Definitely watch some of the other videos we have on here and let us know in the comment section below. There's a comment section below here. What kind of things you have tried, what kind of things that have failed. We want to reply to a lot of comments below and try to help you guys out. It's going to wrap it up here.
All right, I'm gonna go take some thumbnails. You want to go?
Yeah, make sure they have all of these things.
Cisrad.
Yeah, curious, simple, realistic, authentic, different, and it's got to be a great idea.
Cisrad.
One more thing, not to overwhelm you guys, this stuff takes time. I've done 5,000 videos. This stuff takes time. You can't get good at this right away, right? You can't be a professional basketball player right out the gate. You can't make the best product, the best video right out the gate. It takes time. You just got to work on all of these things and improve them and get better and better and better. And eventually you'll make some videos like these.